Hi everyone, welcome to today's video. So today I am doing the Democrats' best case scenario for the Senate in 2020. I just recorded the Republicans' best case scenario, and I'm probably going to upload this one after the Republican one. But yeah, so I'm doing the Democrats' best case scenario. I've previously done Joe Biden and President Trump's best case scenarios. So I just thought it'd be interesting to take a look at this. Now, this is for the record, this is not my official prediction. This is just what I think is the best the Democrats could realistically do with about 13 days left to go as when I'm recording this video. So this is what I think the Democrats' best case scenario would be. So if you have not voted yet, also, please remember to go out and vote. And please remember to like this video and subscribe to my channel to get notified whenever I post a new video. Alright, now let's get into it. Democrats have 35, Republicans have 30. Democrats, best case, they'll win Oregon safe, which they'll do anyway. Republicans should win Idaho, Wyoming, South Dakota, Nebraska, Oklahoma safe. That really shouldn't be too contentious. New Mexico would go safe in Democrats' best case scenario. John Hickenlooper, actually, we're going to come back to Colorado, actually. Republicans should still win throughout the South, pretty much. Mississippi, I think they'd win the likely margin, probably make it more competitive. Tennessee, Kentucky, West Virginia, they'll all be competitive, but probably not. Even in the Democrats' best case, Alabama's still going to Doug Jones. Probably likely to lean. Probably likely is the best they could do, I'd say, for now. But yeah. And then on the flip side, Democrats would win Illinois safe. They'd win Delaware, New Jersey, Rhode Island, Massachusetts safe. Gene Shaheen would win safe in New Hampshire. Not too much contention there. Virginia, Mark Warner, Daniel Gade, Democrats' best case will win safe there. So Democrats get 44, Republicans get 42. Actually, I think it'll be closer than this, but I'll put Minnesota in the likely column for now. Borderline lean, or borderline safe, excuse me. But I would still put it in the likely for right now in Democrats' best case. The state of Texas, John Cornyn's very popular. However, in the Democrats' best case scenario, I could see them getting it down to maybe a lean to likely margin, maybe lean. That would be Democrats' best case. Kansas as well. I don't see Roger Marshall losing. I just don't think it's going to happen. But if Democrats get it down to a 3-4 point margin, that shows they're doing very well in Kansas. They're probably very popular and contested throughout the country. So that could be a very good sign. Republicans have 44, Democrats 45. Colorado, John Hickenlooper wins likely margin over Cory Gardner. This is probably what's going to happen on election day anyway. I just don't see it getting to a safe margin because I think Cory Gardner is more popular than a safe margin win in Colorado, but he's still going to lose regardless. Arizona, likely to lean margin. In Democrats' best case scenario, they'll win probably by about 5 or 6 points, which I technically characterize as likely. So Democrats win Arizona likely in their best case scenario. Republicans, I still think hold on in Alaska, probably in a lean margin. I don't see Democrats winning in the state of Alaska, even in their best case scenario. The state of Maine, Susan Collins loses in a lean margin, most likely lean to likely. She's very unpopular, very beatable for this election, considering how nationalized and polarized this election is. Susan Collins is very unpopular. She should probably lose this race on election night anyway. So Democrats' best case scenario, she's definitely gonna lose, or Susan Collins is definitely losing to Sarah Gideon here. North Carolina, Cal Cunningham, Tom Tillis. Cal Cunningham's looking like he might win this race by a lean margin anyway, unless the polls are wrong and they end up voting for Tom Tillis like they did in 2014. But it's looking like Cal Cunningham would win, and in their best case scenario, Cunningham's definitely going to win here. The state of Iowa, Joni Ernst, Teresa Greenfield, neck and neck in the polls right now. Personally, I still think Iowa's polls have been very iffy and been very wacky. So I think Joni Ernst is going to win, and she's going to win by more than 1%. She's going to win by like 2 or 3 probably. However, best case scenario, I could absolutely see Teresa Greenfield pulling up the upset and winning in Iowa. Although I don't even know if they'd consider an upset, depending on the polling from like 538 has Joni Ernst losing to Teresa Greenfield. But I still think Joni Ernst wins there. But Democrats' best case, I can see Teresa Greenfield winning the state of Iowa. The state of Michigan, Gary Peters, John James. John James is making a late run, a late surge at Gary Peters. It's getting very, very close. However, Democrats' best case scenario, Gary Peters wins probably by lean to likely margins. Um, Over under 5 points, 51, 46, 52, 47. I could see it. Maybe. I'd still put it in lean for now, just being hesitant, but I could see that happening. David Perdue, John Ossoff. I think that no matter what happens, honestly, in that one, I just really don't see David Perdue being that unpopular, even in Georgia. I still think he pulls out a lean victory, a lean win over um, John Ossoff, excuse me. However, the special election's a little different. Kelly Loeffler's and Doug Collins are battling it out in the primary, while Ralph Warnock's a very, very popular Democrat. However, I don't think Georgia's there yet, so I would still put the special election in lean to tilt. Lean is right now. However, I could absolutely see Democrats making a run at Georgia and making it very, very close. Montana and South Carolina. Montana, I could see in the Democrats' best case scenario. I could probably see Steve Bullock pulling out a win over Steve Daines in the tilt margin. I think that we've seen this before in Florida in 2018. Popular governor versus popular senator. Very, very close. The governor, Rick Scott, did win last time. However, Montana, it's more Republican than Florida is. Will that be the same? I don't know. But Democrats' best case scenario, I could certainly see Steve Bullock pulling out a win. Now we come to South Carolina. South Carolina, Lindsey Graham, I think, is very, very unpopular, but he is still favored to win. This impeachment thing, or not impeachment, excuse me, this Amy Coney Barrett Supreme Court thing, I think definitely has helped Lindsey Graham out. He's very, very unpopular, however. And Jamie Harrison has raised a ton of money. He's putting up a hell of a fight in South Carolina. Whether you like him or not, whether you're a Democrat or Republican, Jamie Harrison's putting up a hell of a fight. We're in a very, very polarized election. I really can't see it going to the Democrat, Jamie Harrison. But I could see Lindsey Graham winning like 50 to 49 or something super, super close. But Jamie Harrison's putting in a hell of a fight right now. And he's going to make that race very, very close. So Democrats' best case scenario, I have Democrats retaking the Senate at 52-48 with narrow losses in the states of South Carolina, Georgia, potentially Kansas and Texas in the Democrats' best case. That's going to do it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.